Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, I know we are doing another little chill video. High energy videos and the full jazz is coming very soon. I have just been feeling a little bit sickly recently. It has nothing to do with, you know, big corona or anything like that. It is just, my own health stuff. But today is Halloween, and I am currently being super cool and spending it watching Halloween movies and just chilling with the animals and being a party animal. I was just, chilling around the place and I really wanted to film a video. However, I'm still kind of resting a lot. So don't worry, those kind of videos, and I know I was getting a lot of people commenting on my video being like, Adam, I really love your high energy videos and stuff like that. They are coming. I can't wait to film them again. But in the meantime, I really just enjoy having conversations with these videos. And so that's what I'm going to do again today. Oh, also, I got my Mariah Carey tattoo, which is an outline of her album completely redone. So great. The artist who did it before, like, I love her, but she didn't do a good job with it. So I finally got another artist touched up. And then this one is healing perfectly for Halloween. So let me know below what you're doing for Halloween, if you're doing anything, or if you're just sitting in and chilling with me. I have been invited to a couple of parties, but the thought of being social is quite draining right now. So I'm going to spend it with my muckers, and I can't wait to spend the night on the comment section. So I posted a video a couple days ago, and it was about Emma Chamberlain. And I am in awe and shocked at the amount of people that were interested in me talking about that, but also the reaction to the videos. So basically, the video was talking about I was getting sent a lot of I was getting sent a lot of threads online and a lot of posts on social media that were, if you hear that, by the way, it's the dogs. They got a bunch of new toys and they're very excited about them. They have like a bunch of new Halloween pumpkin toys. So anyway, with that being said, I posted this video and it was about people criticizing Emma Chamberlain on all these different forums, and I was getting sent them because people know that I myself am a fan of Emma Chamberlain. I am gonna bring every excuse to show you this picture of me and Emma Chamberlain. It was at an event in Paris. Oh my god, it's like such a bad angle I'm showing you. It's because I'm on my MacBook right here. There we go. We can see it right there. I every chance I'm gonna take it to show you that picture, just because like that's like the one YouTuber that like I actually like. You know what I mean? There's like a top 5 YouTubers I think I like in 2021, and Emma's one of them. So with that being said, I was getting sent all these forums, right? And it was people criticizing Emma Chamberlain for something I've seen her being criticized for quite a lot recently, and it's people saying that she is faking her life on camera and faking her online persona. So I thought these posts were super interesting because I watch Emma's videos and I am a consumer. Yeah, that is literally what that means. Of her content, I was noticing a difference in what she was posting online versus what she was really showing in like a day-to-day vlog. And again, I kind of prefaced my last video by saying if you do not know Emma Chamberlain, you do not watch her videos. I know there was a lot of people commenting saying, hey Adam, this is really interesting, but I don't watch her videos, so I don't understand it. Her videos went from challenge vlogs, vlogs with a motive that were almost distracting, that didn't really focus on her life, but she was living her life in the vlogs, to more so day to day what she is doing in a day videos. So the fact that people feel like Emma is not showing her full life on camera is more noticeable now because there's not Emma going to every coffee shop, like I said, or Emma buying everything in a certain store or engaging in any of that anymore. It is just Emma eating fruit, Emma cooking, Emma with her cats, Emma living a life that me and you live. And a lot of people were quickly calling her out, including her own fans, which was the thing I was being sent, because people were saying that this girl is going to fashion shows, which by the way are boring in themselves. So I don't really understand the argument of why isn't she showing that, because it's probably piss boring. This girl has a boyfriend that she's been with for a long time. We haven't heard about the relationship. She's going on trips with her friends, but yet in her vlogs, she's saying that like she's on the trips alone, and she really is like alluding to her doing everything alone whenever on, Instagram she's being tagged with pictures or seen with people that are like her boyfriend or her friends or whatever. So people are calling her out quickly for trying to emulate a boring life for content, for relatability. And so before I even get to that statement again, I just thought that that was super interesting. I raised the argument, and I'm going to make new points in this video. So there's just so much to talk about with it. My initial arguments were people are criticizing her for not engaging in flex culture. However, if she was to engage in flex culture, she would get called out for it. So my thing was, she's damned if she does, she's damned if she doesn't. Emma used to, after she moved to LA, do like, vlogs where she was buying stuff or vlogs where she was going to events or whatever like that. And people were saying that she took the opportunities that subscribers gave them and she run with it and she's ungrateful now and she's flexing and she was called out for that. And now she's a 20-year-old woman and she is doing the more mundane life things that we all do. And by the way, if you are rich, if you are famous, or if you're whatever, you still do daily errands. You still have boring days. And she's getting called out for that now because people are saying that she's hiding her life or she's only showing boring days. It's like, what content do people want this individual to make? Because she made one side of the content that the likes of like Tana Mojo and James Charles engage in. She was called out for that, for being fake and showing too much. And now she's doing, the simple life tasks and focusing the vlogs more so around her feelings and her day to day. And she's being fake and people aren't liking that anymore. And it really just, from a creator on a completely different level than Emma, I can only imagine the frustration that she is feeling whenever she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. So, with that being said, I want to get to what the post said again, then I'm going to open up the comment section from the previous video and get to what a bunch of you were saying. Now, since I last read this post, there were a lot of people commenting on it. So again, the original post was from an Emma Chamberlain fan on the Reddit. And by the way, I know that they were posting my video on there. They were like, Adam's talking about the Reddit on it. Hey, y'all. A while ago, I watched this video about Emma in which it was discussed that her whole YouTube persona is fake, that she is very smart and makes content that'll bring her views and money. It opened my eyes. She always portrays herself as this basic, lonely person who stays home all day, eats in bed, and has nothing to do, when in reality, we can see her, for example, on Instagram, that she does have an exciting life. And now, a point I wish I made in my original video was, how accurate is your Instagram to your day-to-day life? Like, don't we post on Instagram, like, oh, we look good in that picture, or we're going out to dinner with friends, or we're doing something, we're posting on Instagram that. It's why most people have a maximum of like 100 to 200 pictures on Instagram. And how many days are we living it every single year? So that argument, in theory, rereading this is so bizarre that, she's posting all these high-end pictures or going out to all these restaurants on her Instagram, but in her vlogs, she's living a boring life. She probably is living a boring life. We live a boring life. Every single day is not going to be exciting. That's what makes the exciting days exciting. And in all of this, in really exciting days, in really memorable days or whatever, most YouTubers don't film that anymore. So there shouldn't really be an exception for anyone. Like, if you're having a really special dinner with your mom or something and you post a picture with your mom on Instagram, are you necessarily going to be vlogging that entire thing? No. So anyway, just going on here. She goes to all kinds of events, fashion shows, travels, and has a boyfriend. I'm not saying she has to show us these things in her videos if she doesn't want to share because it's too personal, but she acts like her life is completely different. I'm pretty sure at some point she deliberately doesn't put any of that in her video because she knows she wouldn't be relatable to her fans anymore. I like Emma, I'll continue to watch her videos because I enjoy them and it's became a habit over the years, but I feel like I'm being lied to. So, there were a couple responses I read in my video, but more people responded to it on the Reddit. Then we'll get to my comment section, so where you guys are at with it, and I want to comment on some of them. And it really just opens up a conversation of how much do people feel that creators owe them, and how much are you entitled to a public figure's personal life? Because I know a lot of people are really pissed off that she hasn't talked about that she has a boyfriend, and it's like, at a certain stage, isn't it smart for these creators to not post about their relationships? I don't mean to shame, but let's look at Tana Mojo. She openly, dates a lot of people, then openly talks about that she regrets that she has posted with all of these people because they're not giving her clout and it was so toxic. And it's like, again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. A few weeks ago, there was someone saying how an intern was at Emma's coffee pop-up shop and Emma was there but didn't want to meet all of the fans and seemed like she would rather be somewhere else. I also understand Emma has anxiety and mental health issues. However, her trying not to be relatable has only made her unrelatable, if that makes sense. Doesn't really to me. I only became aware of this in the last year. I can't watch her old stuff. It's crazy how someone can go through a change in just a year. Her personality is just gone, almost. Okay, so my thing in that is that's so weird. That like someone is like, oh, like, I watched you a couple of years ago when you were 16 years old, and I'm watching you as a 20-year-old woman now, and you're completely different. Your personality's gone. Let me tell you something. If you live alone, which Emma Chamberlain does, your personality will change very quickly. Your morals will change very quickly. What matters to you will change very quickly. Who you want to hang out with, what you do. Let me tell you, from me this time last year, I've been living alone now for coming up to a year. I'm a completely different person. My patience is completely different. My day to day activities that I do, what I care about is completely different. When you live alone, you are with yourself 100% of the time when you're at home. So things are going to change and your personality is going to change over time. You are forced to discover new things. You're really in a completely different kettle of fish here. Someone said, I think the Emma we see on YouTube is the real Emma. The Emma that doesn't have to fake anything. She has a boring, normal life. You guys are making it seem like she deliberately makes her life boring and relatable for you guys. Nope. She probably lives like this 90% of the time. I met her in Paris and she was going on a walk with her camera. She seemed genuine to me. She did not have a crew behind her or bodyguards. She was holding a bag of fruits and almonds. She was really nervous and shy, just like a normal person. Someone said, clearly this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't think how Emma portrays herself on YouTube is fake. I believe that she spends a lot of time alone and films that. She has a personal life that she wants to keep private to protect herself from internet harassment and speculating like you're doing right now. And I think that that's a really good point, that people are speculating about all of these things in her life when she's not showing them, which could only let you know the speculating that would happen if she was to show it. And I think that this can apply to every YouTuber. And I hope we have healthy conversations moving forward, that creators are actual people too. And I know that, those lines can get a bit wary whenever you're watching them every single day or whatever like that. But they are more than their content. They are more than day to day what they're posting. And I think that that's hard to grasp for people, way more than it's hard to grasp that about mainstream celebrities. And I think that that's the downside on social media, how involved we are with it. But I'm going to get to some of the comments on my videos. So I'm just going to go from like order I'm seeing them. So if your comment was popular, it's being shown to me first. However, I have literally responded to or hearted every single comment on that video. I really appreciate it. There's over 600 of you. I appreciate it. I'm going to do the same on this video. So if you're seeing this, check out the comments and I'll be there. Someone said, I don't see anything wrong with any of what she's been doing. None of us truly know what her day-to-day is like. She seems to be showing us how she genuinely feels and what might actually be like for a YouTuber behind the scenes. I love her new content and I really enjoy that she's not hyping anything up to try and make it look perfect. I think that just puts it perfectly. Someone said, I personally only started to watch her in the last 2 or 3 months because of her vlog change. It's more relaxed and hits a soft spot with me. I don't think she leaves some things out to be relatable. She just wants to exist and doesn't feel the need to share everything with everybody. She is no longer a teenager. She's becoming a woman who is aware of what sharing and oversharing can do. Someone said, damned if you do, damned if you don't, Adam, is the best kind of explanation for fan expectations. You can't win. Someone said, people don't want to accept that she's growing up. Quite honestly, I stopped watching her at some point and restarted watching her when she changed her content. It seemed more mature, natural, and most of all, relatable. She does what a normal young woman would do, and she doesn't have all these crazy influencer stuff all the time. P.S. I'm watching from Algeria. Hello. Now here's the thing. In preparation for watching this video, again, I watch Emma's videos as it is, but I watched 3 of her older videos and 5 of her newer videos to compare, and it seems that her older videos relied a lot on her being loud, and now that's, a thing whenever you're in YouTube, especially vlogging, when you're having a boring day or something like that, if your delivery is loud, it's in your face. For a vlog, I personally think that commentary is different because I feel that the more energy you give is great. That's how I like delivering. But I feel with vlogs, day to day, you're going and getting your coffee. This is my example. You're going and getting your coffee. You're going, hello, could I have a almond milk drink with blonde roast, something like that. That's how a normal person orders coffee. The YouTube that we're aware of is someone going, can I get it? And then I'll get this, and then I'll get this, and then woo! Like, the delivery is intense. And that's how you're engaging on camera. So, which one of those do you actually do in life? The real vlog one. So it seems that now Emma is doing what she literally does every single day, which, quite frank, is boring. It's boring when I do it. It's boring when you do it. It's boring when Emma does it. It's what she's showing now. It's a vlog that is showing her life, showing her day. But also, I do just want to make a point from a YouTuber standpoint that people are bringing up that she's like purposely leaving things out of her life, out of her vlogs, so that people aren't able to see it. Sometimes when you're vlogging every single day and something exciting happens, normally it's out of the blue and unpredicted. So if you don't have your camera on you or it feels awkward and unnatural to vlog in that state, you're not going to. Now, it's up to her to if she wants to tell you that that happened in a later clip, which sometimes YouTubers do. But just think about that. How many times have you been on a walk and you're having a boring day, right? Maybe you're on FaceTime, having a really boring day. All right, I'll update you later. Put your phone down and you run into an old friend. Very excited, very fabulous moment, right? Maybe go out to coffee and all like that. You're not going to pick your FaceTime up and be like, look who I saw, and we're like screaming and we're having the best time. Maybe you'll tell them later, but in the moment, you're in the moment. I want to know your take on that. God, I'm coming up with analogies left, right, and center. Someone said, sometimes it looks like some people think that being relatable just means, or pretending to be, sad, poor, jobless, or alone to make the viewers feel better about themselves. And as soon as some real life success slips through, those people feel offended and betrayed. And I think that that's an interesting point that people are saying that, Emma is not being truthful in her videos because she's relying on being sad and stuff like that. And then other people are like, she's showing us her buying fruit. She's showing us her buying vegetables. Like, we know that she's buying Louis Vuitton bags. It's like, y'all, first of all, that doesn't even have to be like, is that relatable to viewers? Who cares to watch something if a YouTuber's like, I'm going to Louis Vuitton and I'm going to Gucci and I'm going to... Nah, go get your fruits and vegetables because I can afford to get my fruits and vegetables too. It's not a case of being relatable. It's a case of, what should I really be filming right now? What do I want to be putting out there? Like, is it better for me to go and get my fruits and vegetables and film that? Or me going to a high-end Louis Vuitton store and over-flexing and showing that? Again, we are so far past the point, y'all, for needing flex culture. Let's get rid of it. It is a thing of the past. Unfortunately, there are still some YouTubers that cling onto it. Let's please pretend it was a thing. Pretend it wasn't a thing, sorry. And drop it completely. We do not need it. It doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't even make the creator feel good because it's a constant cycle. It's a constant cycle that they need more. They need to show more. The viewers want to see more. The viewers want it. It's awful. I like that we are going back to the state of just being honest on camera, just being boring on camera, just talking on camera. Because that's when you're seeing someone's true self. That's when you're connecting most. And I just think that that's the superior YouTube. That's what YouTube was. It was be yourself, turn on a camera. It used to be just like webcams like this. This is what YouTube was. YouTube has become so heavy on influencers and influencer culture and trying to break into the mainstream. And we now have an influencer who has done that, became an influencer and broke into the mainstream and is on newspapers and getting magazine photo shoots. And it's like they're wanting to show you the more normal side of things, even if they're doing above and beyond what we're not doing. I don't know. I just think that like people are going to like ruin it. And then we're going to like go back to a time on YouTube when every single person was just like showing us everything and doing the most and so out of touch. And when mainstream media was making fun of YouTube and fun of YouTubers for being insensitive, not knowing the value of money, not knowing the value of work, what it takes to be a person existing. Someone said, personally, I think she chooses not to include the exaggerated life because she's expressed the toll that this takes on her mental health, and her channel should be her safe space, and it means a different video style. I think that's totally okay. It's her way of expressing herself. I also watched a podcast or listened to a podcast episode that people were telling me to listen to from Emma, and it was her talking about this exact same thing. And she basically said that she likes coming on camera and being normal and just doing normal activities and day to day boring life stuff because it makes her reflect on her day more than anything else. But also, she said that it just likes keeping her grounded and it's something that's very therapeutic for her. So, whenever we have the creator even acknowledging that this is something so beneficial for them, and everyone, including fans, is like, nope, you're lying to us, it's weird. Just let YouTubers like do their own thing, let influencers do their own thing. They'll show you what they want to show you. All right, someone said people are not entitled to a creator's life. Someone said the fact that people were getting upset over her moving from San Francisco to LA is so absurd. Dare I say it, it's more expensive to live in San Francisco than LA. Someone said, I think regardless of her level of fame, she's a person who does normal people things. Every celebrity is, and to criticize her for living a normal life is weird because they're just projecting their own insecurities. Someone said, I feel really bad for Emma Chamberlain. It seems like she can't do anything right. I just started watching her after her rebranded vlogs, and I enjoyed watching her personality even though I can't relate to her lifestyle at all, Adam. I am in my late 20s, married, with children, living in a small town relative to LA, so we really couldn't be more opposite. But I still find her relatable when she sits there and talks to a camera about her opinions on stupid stuff that we all do, or weird shit her body does, or experimenting with cooking and having it go terribly wrong or right. There are many times in her videos where I find myself thinking, OMG, yes, I have wondered that exact same thing, and to me, that is what makes her relatable. She can have days where she sits and does nothing. She can also have days where she hosts a big pool party or goes to Paris. I don't personally think she's manipulating her life to make it seem like she's so boring. I think she genuinely has boring a life, like sometimes we do. It's weird to me that people expect to follow these famous people, but don't expect the fame to change them at all. Would you still be in the same tiny apartment driving a crappy car having nothing to do if you were a famous multimillionaire? No, so you can't expect the same from influencers. That was written by R. Sparkles, and I think it is the most perfect comment. Someone else said, Plastic Circles, I think Emma is starting a new genre on YouTube, or videos where she is trend-setting. She's always been ahead of styles, and I think the goal of her videos is just for her own goal. She started YouTube because she was depressed and found passion in editing. People hated on her videos when she passed the editing on to someone else, and she found herself feeling like she wasn't fulfilled. Her taking back the control of editing is incredible for her to do, and she's creating almost these short indie films of her life. I honestly think this is just another case of Emma Chamberlain being ahead of trends, and I think she's opening up so much creative freedom to other YouTubers. I don't think Emma cares about being relatable or even tries to. Emma has always done Emma, and that's it. Sad to see that fans think that she's lying because she isn't showing all of her life. No, she's a creator and will continue to change the way she creates as she gets older. That's what happens. The drastic change in her video style is definitely taking a risk, and I give her mad props for that. She's killing it and always will, and that's a big thing as well. So, when Emma was creating these more intense vlogs, she ended up giving the vlogs to someone else to edit because she was saying and making multiple videos about how much of a toll this was taking on her mental health and how depressed creating videos was making her because she wasn't feeling fulfilled and it was just so overwhelming. So an editor came around and started making these high energized edited videos, and that went on for a good couple months, even a good couple years. And then Emma announced that she wanted to start dabbling in editing again. And the result of this was these more slow paced, I don't mean it in a bad way, but boring videos. And it must be really frustrating that that was probably what her life was like whenever she was making these high energy videos, but she was giving the editing to someone else. So they were changing the editing in her life to be high paced, high music, effects, and it could have been edited to be the exact same way as what she's showing now, but it was just because someone else's work was on that. So, if anything, this is the most authentic content you'll ever get from said creator whenever they've handed it over to someone else and are now taking back full control of it. And that point about Emma being a trendsetter on YouTube is definitely interesting, and you might at that. But Emma was one of the first pioneers to really make the certain editing style that she did a couple years ago that was loud and abrasive and over the top popular. She wasn't the first to do it, but she was one of the first to make it very popular, and I think that's going to happen with the new style that she's making as well. We'll get to a few more comments because you're fucking killing it. You're all getting it spot on. I like watching her cook and be at home. It's fun to see someone's day-to-day life when they feel content, sorry, and not going out like I do. The only thing that bothered me was that her recent trip was really long and I couldn't be separated from my cats for that amount of time. Let me tell you, doing trips whenever you have animals is a lot harder. Number one, you miss them, and number two, it's expensive. And I was seeing a lot of people calling her out first. She was like on a 4 week trip or something, and people were like, she has cats and she shouldn't have left them. She did clarify that she had a cat sitter. I mean, I don't think anyone ever doubted that, but just think it's more expensive for someone who has all these pets to go away, and they need to devote the time into finding that person, paying that person. So the animals are getting great treatment. And I can speak as well. Whenever I go away back home to Ireland, obviously the animals are here, and they need to get in a dog sitter. There's a dog sitter, cat sitter, and it's not the cheapest thing in the world. But whenever you have animals, you love them so much and they are your life, and you make, maybe less trips so that you can afford also the animals in their care. And I was seeing a lot of things with that with Emma, but I just want to say that from a pet parent myself, and I guess you can relate in this if you're bringing your animals with you or you're paying for someone else to look after them or a friend to look after them. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. You need to make sure that first and foremost, before your trip is booked, that they are taken care of. And it's the most essential inconvenience because it needs done and it needs to be properly thought out. And so I don't know, I agree with, being away from your animals, you miss them and stuff like that. But whenever, times like that come where you have to go on a trip or you have to go back home or whatever like that, you just make sure and you go above and beyond to make sure that their care is incredible whenever you're gone. And I think that that's something in terms of meeting with cat sitters, meeting with dog sitters, taking bookings of different ones, trying them out and seeing which one you feel most comfortable with, because at the end of the day, it's how comfortable you feel with a stranger maybe looking after your animals. Someone said another thing is she's an adult now. She isn't posting crazy challenges because that's not her anymore. She's an adult. She has so many other things to do, better than relationships, run a whole company, deal with her future. If she doesn't want to flex on her viewers, she doesn't have to. And again, I can't believe we're even considering that it's a bad thing that someone doesn't want to flex on us. And also, someone said it earlier, but why is purr being relatable? Why is almost like dumbing yourself down being relatable? Seems like unfinished mental business we all need to go to therapy over if that's how we think. If she doesn't want to flex, she doesn't have to. Whatever she decides to get out in the world and make is her choice to make. We shouldn't have to add the stress that she feels day to day. Personally, I just want her to be happy. Someone said Emma has openly talked in her podcast about how good she feels now that her YouTube persona is more genuine and calm. She says she is in a much better mental space. Also, her videos are perfect for watching when you're anxious and need something mellow and calm. I say all the time her videos are as if I'm on a FaceTime call with a friend. I really adore her. Adore her? Adore her. Maybe it's a good thing I'm not going out tonight. I don't seem that all in it. I'm tired. Someone said, I count with people. She started doing her vlogs to help her mental health and get out of her depression. She enjoys doing them and editing. I think her only motive is to create something that she likes. She's never shown off her life because she never really needs to or wants to. She's not hiding anything. Someone said, criticizing people when they move to LA, telling them they've changed, is a very real thing. I'm nobody and the people in my life did it, still do sometimes, lol. People have a bunch of weird preconceived notions about LA. It's really weird. I mean, yes, I've changed in some ways. Environment does that to you. It affects you. But in my opinion, she's doing it for the better. Everyone changes, learning and growing over time. It's a part of life. If you're not evolving, you're stagnant. And I think with every creator, you should be pushing them to grow. You should be pushing them to do the next thing. Oh my god, there's A storm outside. Can you hear that? That's rain. Oh, wow. Wow. What a night for it, Halloween. Someone said one reason why she shouldn't share all these things is because she wants to actually enjoy the moment, and people need to appreciate that. Someone said, I feel like Bunny, Graveyard Girl, is a great example of someone who didn't cut up in the flex culture to the extent of other creators. She almost did when she did the video with Shane, but she reverted back. Yeah, Graveyard Girl, seems like a very humble person, has very weird hobbies, not judging, has very weird, stuff in her house, not the most overly expensive stuff. She has an expensive house, but the things that she's shown have been reviewing $5 toys. She never really got out of that, and I feel like she should have grown out of that content and maybe into something else, not a flex culture, but more ideas rather than doing the same thing for 5 years. However, she never engaged in flex culture until Shane Dawson did that series and was like, show me your expensive car, show me your expensive house, you need to start showing people this. And again, longevity really is like, do people need to see that? Do people want to see that? Not really. All right, a few more and then we'll be done. Someone said, I love hearing you talk about this topic, Adam, because you're not only a fan of Emma, but you're a consumer critically of her content and aren't afraid to share your opinions on it. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Oh, thank you. I thought that was going to be an opinion. Didn't mean like an ego boost there. Sorry. Someone said, the funniest thing is, if people actually relate to her uneventful vlogs, they're in fact extremely privileged. To be able to buy yourself and support yourself things financially and be stable is a privilege. Someone said, you hit the nail on the head whenever said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I only subscribed to Emma Chamberlain's channel about a year or two ago, and she has grown. Growth and change are two things that are inevitable that viewers tend to look too much into. Loved your take on this, Adam. Yeah, it's inevitable growth for people, and we shouldn't be halting people because then they'll get criticized for not growing and not evolving. Someone said, this one is such a reach. Her videos are authentic, iconic, and true to artistic expression. The internet needs to relax. You're right, Adam. It's a lose-lose situation for creators these days. Someone said, I remember people trying to say she changed, and yes, she did. That's normal. Her whole lifestyle changed as well. Also, if she started flexing all the expensive things, people would be complaining about that. At some time, she's going to be unrelatable because of her success. It's kind of sad because a lot of people say that influencers are doing too much and then start to hate them for it. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. I'm loading up two more. She might lose some of her current audience, but she'll also gain a new audience with her current style. I hope she continues to make the content that she personally wants. Someone said, I think she's shared certain things, like the Louis Vuitton that built her a mini shop for her to pick up her own clothes for the store. Basically, yeah, Louis Vuitton came to her house with like a truck, and it was like a full like fashion show. She could like pick her outfit, and she did show that. She shows certain things like that and going to the Met Gala. I also appreciate that she doesn't want to share her boyfriend and is extremely private about it. It's a fine line between coming across as extremely wealthy and just also letting people know the truth of your life. I haven't given it a second thought. I appreciate whatever she posts. And then, okay, final one. I mean it this time. Sorry, you're just all killing it in the comment section. Wow. So I used to love Emma and then stopped watching her videos. But recently, I started watching again. Her one-word titled videos got me interested. Her new videos are relaxing and it's just a day in her life. Like you said, she's not relatable or trying to be relatable. It's just a, look, this is what I'm doing, not look at what I have kind of YouTuber. Also, I started watching your videos a couple months ago and love your energy, Adam. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys killed it. I mean, fucking killed it in the comment section. I really appreciate that. Let's keep it up in this one. And again, I'll be in there. I think just at the end of the day, let's let people grow. Let's stop putting people in boxes. Also, whenever people want to show us things, we can watch it. If they don't want to show us things, then there's nothing to watch. And I mean, that's the end of it. I really appreciate you watching, and I really appreciate you having this conversation. I wish I made my original video longer, because again, as you can see, I feel like I've made like a fucking 30-minute long video again. I just have so much to talk about on the topic of this with Emma, but also how this extends to YouTubers in general and the culture of YouTube. So we'll talk about it. Thank you so much for choosing to click on my video and watching it. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for spending, if you've watched this on Halloween with me, if you're celebrating, and if you're watching any day beyond this, hello from the past. I hope you're well, staying safe, drinking water, being healthy, and moving about. We need to, oh, by the way, that's my last point. We're going into winter, most of us. We've got to start moving. Our bodies are going to start putting us into that wintertime sadness. We've got to keep moving. Even a little walk a day. Walk around your apartment, walk around your house, little walk, water, and whenever you see sunlight, take a little bit of it in, please. We are not getting the winter sadness this year. With that being said, thank you for watching, and bye.